Hello guys and girls, welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out the Xvive T9 in-ear monitors. Let's go! So, welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out this cool pair of in-ear monitors. So, I was in the search for a pair of in-ear monitors because I am starting to use them with my band, and the current ones that I have are more suited towards music than towards live monitoring, because as most of the headphones and in-ear are targeted toward music, and they tend to cut the mids, and so on a critical situation like a live, the mids is where you have the focus, because it's what your ear can hear as clear as possible, and so vocals, guitars stay there, and for a guitarist and also a singer, it's critical to have the mid-range very present. So every V-shaped headphone is a no-go. And so I asked the guys at Xvive if they could let me review these pair of in-ear monitors, because they seem to be what I was searching for. And I want to let you know that they let me keep the in-ear, but this is not a sponsored video, and what I say in this review is totally independent, so bear that in mind. But with that out of the way, let's get to the thing that I was searching for. So I was searching for something that is reliable, comfortable, and that sounds good. So let's check out the specs. So the T9 feature dual balanced armature drivers. They are hand assembled in the factory. They isolate around 20 dB. The frequency response is 20 Hz to 16 kHz. They have an impedance of 59 ohms at 1 kHz. The sensitivity is very high at 120 decibels at 1 kHz. The THD is less than 0.2% at 1 kHz. Inside the box, you'll find the in-ear monitors, the cable, two sets of silicone tips in small, medium and large, and a set of memory foam tips, the carrying case, and a 6.3 to 3.5mm adapter. The connection to the in-ear seems pretty stable and sturdy. So comfort was a bit of an issue for me, because I tend to not like in-ear monitors in general, especially the ones with a larger stem, and usually the better ones, for some reason, or let's say the ones that have multiple speakers in them, tend to have a larger stem, just because of the fact that they have to house more speakers than one. And these ones have a bit of a large stem, but thanks to the fact that it's a kind of a oval shape, I find them to be comfortable once they are in. They are, yes, a little bit on the large side, and with the standard silicone tips, I can't wear them. I don't find them comfortable. But with the memory foam ones they provide, I find them perfectly comfortable. They stay in the ear, they fit snugly, they kind of isolate. Yeah, I like them. I haven't yet had the chance to try them live, so bear in mind that I will make a future review where, after a couple of months and more live situation, I will let you know how they are holding on and how they are doing. But now let's get to the real stuff, the sound. It's a little bit hard for me to describe sound, especially because it's something that is very subjective. But if I had to draw my perceived frequency response from these headphones, it's kind of like it's very flat in up until 500 Hz, and maybe it goes a little bit down towards the 100 Hz, and you know, the very low stuff, it's not very pronounced, and it's not that it's not there, but it's just not very deep. I don't think that these particular drivers go very deep in the sub bass, but they're very detailed in the high end, and I think that they provide with a very defined sound stage and a very clear medium and highs. As I said, it's just recently that I started using in-ear monitors on a live situation, and with the ones that I have, it's all good and great at the rehearsal, but then when the volume of the PA system goes up, everything gets muddy and the guitar disappears. And when the guitar disappears, I kind of be lost, because I don't know what I'm playing, because I can't hear myself clearly. Bear in mind that we are just 3 on the stage, so it's all drums, bass with the distortion, and the guitar. And even despite being these few people on the stage and just one vocal most of the time, I do the background vocals. And yeah, the guitar completely disappeared at times, especially when a lot of cymbals are going on. And bear in mind that sometimes we have to play with an electronic drum set, and that is even worse because everything is going to the PA system, even in small clubs. So I have a very crowded mix in my ears, and usually the ones that disappear is the guitar and the voice. And so I ended up mid-gig trying to raise the guitar volume inside of my ear, and that way I had a louder volume than I am usually comfortable. And so yeah, that was the moment where I said I need better set of in-ear monitors. Yeah, so I can't wait to be trying these on a live situation. I will let you know how they will hold up, but the initial review is that they are very intelligible. The soundstage of the instrument, and each instrument, especially, you can hear that also when listening to music in very dense mixes. You can still tell each instrument and hear the notes of the instrument. So for example, despite not having a lot of sub bass, so maybe not be as exciting as some consumer headphones and some consumer IMs, the fact that you can hear clearly the frequencies that tells you which note you are playing, it's much more useful in a live situation, because you can, for example, as a bassist, but also as a vocalist, you can't sometimes tell which note is playing on some headphones, because especially the low notes of the bass can sometimes be all over the place until you hear, for example, the guitar. You can completely get the key wrong. And so having a good pair of in-ear monitors that lets you hear clearly which note is playing, and yeah, it's critical for a live situation. And these, I think, provide that just because of the fact that they are so clear and crystal, and the soundstage is really open. It's not that everything is compressed in one place, but it's really open and high-end. As a negative, I think that they could be, for some people especially, a little bit fatiguing for the fact that they have that much detail in the high end. I tend to like very detailed headphones usually, so these ones fall into the category where I like. But for some people, depending on your ear canal and how you perceive high frequencies, this could be a little bit fatiguing. But in general, I do think that these are very nice for the price. And comparing to other in-ear monitors in this price range, I think that they are kind of a viable option. But I will let you know in a future video, as soon as I use them regularly on a live situation. I will let you know what I think really about them. So let me know in the comments what you want to hear and what you want me to test. But in general, the first impression is that they are very nice. Especially for guitars and vocals, I think that they shine. But even if you play bass, unless you're searching for something that has a lot of low-end content, these may not be the ones for you. But for drums, for example, I think that these are really nice. And consider the fact that when you are monitoring yourself, you're not only hearing you, so you may like a big heavy bass from your bass tone, but consider that frequency could be overwhelmed by the presence of a lot of guitars, maybe other instruments. Keyboards can saturate very easily the low end, considering that usually there is no mix in the headphones, especially if you are playing on smaller stages, smaller venues, or bars and stuff like that. So yeah, first impression, I like them, but I will let you know in the future how they will hold up for live usage. As for now, I want to thank Xvive for sending me these. Subscribe for future updates, follow me on Instagram, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!